When I'm working with my coaching clients, I get this question a lot. Guys will say to me, how do I physically escalate with a woman? When is a good time to touch a woman? When do I introduce touching? How is this to be done? How do I do it in a way that's not going to offend her or creep her out? So what I want to go over on today's video is how to do that, and a really cool move. And it literally takes 5 seconds that you're going to be doing to introduce touch, but do it in a very easy way where she's not going to get creeped out, she's not going to get weirded out, and it's going to be easy for you. Here's one thing you have to understand about touching in general. When you want to introduce touch, don't think about touching a girl in a way where you think, oh, Tripp said I have to touch a girl. Some other dating guru said, you got to introduce touch. Like, you have to do that to build attraction or get her interested in you. Yes, touching does get a girl more interested in you because human interaction, human touch is something that people desire because we are mammals and we were born being touched, so it feels good. However, I don't want you to think about it as something you have to do. I want you to kind of flip it a little bit and think about it as something that you would desire to do. Because if you desire to do it, if you desire to physically connect with someone, that is like step one right there to preventing it from it being awkward. It's going to be more awkward to touch someone when it feels more forced. It has to be more natural. So the way you're going to make it more natural is you're going to introduce touch when you want to and when you feel comfortable in the interaction. So you're just going to be asking yourself throughout the interaction, like, oh, is this a time when I feel like connecting with her? You might not even have to ask it. It's just going to kind of jolt through your body. Like, you're going to know, like, oh, this is a time when I want to physically connect with her. And I'm not talking about kissing per se. This is not about how to kiss, but how to introduce touch in more of the innocent touching way before you get to a more intimate level like kissing. So here's a great way to do it, okay? And the cool thing about this is actually gonna turn her on a little bit, okay? It's gonna kind of spark her emotions a little bit. It's gonna make her feel like, whoa, what's going on? Like, I'm being touched by someone, and it's a way that's not creepy or weird, but feels right because you're going to be doing it in a natural way because of the step I just told you a second ago, but also this step right here. What I want you to do is when you feel like you're in this moment where you want to physically connect with her, I want you to see if there is a piece of jewelry that's either on her wrist or maybe on her finger. This is going to be a little bit more advanced, but maybe a necklace, okay? Potentially even, we can go a little bit more advanced to maybe her ear, and I'll explain why this is advanced in just a second. But all these little bits of jewelry, okay? And most of the time women are wearing something, okay? And of course, if she's wearing a wedding ring, this is not one that's gonna count in this move because, this is not gonna be the type of woman that you're gonna be hitting on or pursuing. But women wear jewelry in all these different places. So what you can do is as you're talking to her, and you could have been talking to her for, a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes when we move to more of the advanced parts of the body like necklace or earring, you're going to kind of softly grab her hand, again, not like jolt and grab it, but you're just going to softly grab her hand, and you're going to, touch the ring, or you're going to touch the bracelet or whatever is on her wrist, and you're going to say, wow, this is really cool. Where did you get this? Okay? So you're just going to say it just like that. Hey, this is really cool. Where did you get this? While touching it. You're going to do this ever so gently, okay? You're not going to just grab her hand or grab her ear or, grab anywhere near her neck. You're just going to kind of almost caress in a way, but at the same time while analyzing the piece. So if you're going to do it, on her neck, her necklace, you're just going to kind of barely touch her collarbone and just kind of touch the necklace and go, hey, where'd you get this? That might be one you're going to do when you've been talking to her for a little bit longer. It's more comfortable because that's a very vulnerable place, less vulnerable than maybe her fingers or her wrist. And then another, like I said, more advanced move is her earring, right? If it's a cool earring or something, that's something interesting that you got somewhere, you can kind of go and kind of almost grab it, almost touch it. Again, this is like really entering someone's personal space, so you might not want to do this till, again, you've gained a really good rapport with her. You might kind of touch her ear very subtly, or just kind of almost like you're about to touch her ear, but you don't, you kind of touch her and say, wow, that's a really beautiful earrings. Where did you get that? Okay, so that's the move right there. It takes only, 5 seconds or under, and it's not a hard move, but you're gonna have to kind of build up the courage and really, get inside yourself for a second and feel like, okay, is this a time where I wanna do this? Do I feel comfortable doing this? Because if you don't, and you're just kind of listening to what I'm saying in a video like this and just going for it, it's gonna be kind of rough, and it's not gonna be as natural. What a great way to introduce touch and connect you two. When you do this, it connects you guys so much more, and she'll become more attracted to you in this process. I have a ton more techniques that are just like this that I teach you as you're going through your own journey. So if you're interested in getting coaching from me, where I can help you through your personal journey, depending on where you are, whether you've never even approached a girl before, or to the point where maybe you're in a relationship, let me help you. I want you to go to coachedbytrip.com. There you can apply for coaching, and I can help you with that. And we can basically dive into wherever you are, see your sticking points, and completely remove them, so you're going out and you're meeting and attracting beautiful women. And I can teach you different techniques just like this, and also teach you stuff that's gonna be designed specifically for you. So go check that out if you're interested. Not a lot of guys know that I do coaching, and I help guys in person and over the phone. So go to coachedbytrip.com and apply today. And of course, I'll see you on the next video. I hope that this technique works for you. Try it out, let us know.